Marques the Writer. I never wanted to be like them. Never. I never wanted to go the direction that they were going. Never. I never wanted to think how they thought or talk like they talked. Never. Blending in with the crowd just wasn't for me. I knew at an early age that I was different from them. I had a purpose they didn't have. I saw things that were obvious to me but was blind to them. I had a different type of determination, a different type of faith, a different type of mindset, and I vowed that I would not be like them. Never. I never wanted to be like them. Never. You see, they are the ones that play follow the leader, the lower 90% of people in life. They read what people tell them to read. They think what others tell them to think. They act how they see others act. They say what they hear others say. They have absolutely no originality and cling heavily on trends. They allow their mindset to be governed by trends instead of by their own mindset. In school, they were teaching what they called history, and most of the other kids viewed what they taught as the total sum of history. They weren't thinking for themselves. I didn't see any people in those books that looked like who I knew I would grow up to become. The only blacks on those books were slaves. They weren't teaching about kings and queens unless they were over there in England. I took it upon myself to study history away from the school curriculum because I knew that there were way more to it. I didn't want to be like them. I wanted to learn more. By the time I reached high school, I realized that they were teaching us to become employees. I realized that they didn't want us to have real success. They only wanted us to have a glimpse of it. Wow. I realized the curriculum that they were teaching did not include the knowledge needed to actually own these businesses. They wanted us to go to college solely to become a lifelong employee, and about 90% of my peers bought into it. They bought into it. I never wanted to be like them. I saw most of the other kids slacking off. They weren't applying any real pressure. Everything that they did was only at 50% effort. They looked for a shortcut as much as possible. They weren't taking any pride in themselves or the things that they were doing. They weren't studying those great people that preceded them. They only paid attention to TV and the same typical people that their teachers talked about in class. I was constantly at the library reading as much as I could because I never wanted to be like them. While the other kids were being disrespectful to us and the adults, I understood at an early age that wasn't cool. I understood that wasn't the way of life. I learned that your manners and how you treat people will take you far in life, and that being rude and disrespectful wasn't gonna get you anywhere. I never wanted to be like them. I never wanted to be like them. I hated the way that they moved, and I vowed that I would never be like them. As soon as I got into college, I took my English, journalism, and business classes first because my mind was more set on becoming an entrepreneur and an author than it was on getting that degree. I realized through my research that some of the most successful people didn't even have a degree. The other 90% only felt that they would be successful if they did have one. They didn't understand the significance of being able to think for themselves and to choose their own paths. They didn't understand what entrepreneurship is and what it really is about. I never wanted to be like them. Do understand that you don't have to be like them either. Use your own mind and do the things that you know is right. Quit trying to fit in, or you will develop a habit of fitting in that runs well into adulthood. The ones that make the biggest moves in life are able to do so because they have the courage to do things in a way that others aren't doing. 10% of the population runs the entire world. Will you be in that 10%, or are you going to be just like them and stay in the 90% group? I never wanted to be just like them, and hopefully you won't either. God bless you.